Hello, everyone, and welcome to another supporter watch-along for Seriously Loco. I'm your host, Phil Bakke. I'm joined tonight by Christian Canales. Christian, welcome back to the watch-along couch, I guess.
Yeah, thank you. I love being here for these. It's a lot of fun. Much better than watching it by myself, and I don't do big groups, so the watch parties are not my bag.
It is El Paso Locomotive versus Orange County SC. Obviously, Locomotive away to Orange County, and I mean, I don't think we're overstating it when we're saying at this point of the season, this is another must-win for the Locomotive, looking for that playoff spot.
Yeah, each and every one, and it just seems like, I guess maybe just a coincidence and just more of our bad luck, but the standings just everyone keeps leapfrogging us a little bit or getting a little bit further away. We're not getting the results that we need to put us in a good position to be at at least the top half of the table. So we got to do what we can.
Yeah, it is going to be a tough match. Orange County winners of their last 4 matches, so it is. They're coming in form. Obviously, Locomotive getting a vital win in Vegas. So, yeah, couple of interesting, I guess, teams in interesting form coming into this one. Orange County definitely the form team, but Locomotive looking dangerous in the last one.
Yeah, I mean, the streak has to start somewhere, so let's hope last week was that for us.
Yeah, it is an unchanged lineup, minus one minor change for Locomotive. Moses McKinday comes in at left back for James Kiffey, who is on the bench for this one. We saw Moses had a little bit of a rough time out in his last outing, but still a good to have that depth at left back to be able to give Kiffey the rest here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as usual, we're not exactly sure what the situation is with Kiffey. If it's an injury or not necessarily a debilitating injury, but something that has him at less than 100%, or if it's just strictly some rest. But yeah, it's a good to have some depth, like you said.
Yeah, and we've got some continuity in this one too, and it's always nice to see a starting 11 that is more or less unchanged from the last time out. Just with how many injuries we've had, all of the issues we've had with that. Mark hasn't had the luxury of naming the same team twice in a row. And here he's able to do so with just the one change.
Yeah, for sure. I think that hopefully we'll see that the team is playing well together, kind of carrying the momentum they had from the last game, kind of keeping everything together so that we can make that strong run that we need to end the season.
Vince is in the chat as usual. Vince, thanks for joining us. We are just out here waiting for the match to begin. Stream is still here comes the USL intro as I speak. So yeah, if you guys are hanging out watching, if you have comments, questions, anything during the match, obviously feel free to jump in the chat. It is always it's always fun to interact with you guys as we're going. It's almost jarring how light it is in the pre-match footage out in Orange County, because obviously an hour behind, but it still seems like it's been dark here for a while.
For at least an hour, yeah, no, for sure. Sorry, and real quick, just to keep, and you were talking about interacting, I just want to give a shout out to the people that responded to our Instagram question. So Paul B believes it's going to be a 2-1 Locomotive win. Val Quintero also going with a 2-1 Locomotive win. We got some love from the official 8th Notch account. They're calling for a 1-1 Locomotive draw. So that is interesting to see.
The supporters are being a little pessimistic.
Yeah, for sure. And Mr. Kevin Cruz Quintana, our podcast brother, is calling for a 2-0 Locomotive win, so I'm definitely not going to argue with that.
I believe that was your prediction as well.
Yes.
On the podcast episode, I went with the 2-1. So we shall see. The reason foregoing with the 2-1. Couple of big hitters on that OC side of the ball in Darwin Jones and Michael Seaton, who have 11 and 10 goals respectively this season. So, I mean, more or less, this performance for Locomotive is going to ultimately come down to limiting them.
Yeah, for sure. When you have two guys that are so dangerous and so potent in the offense, it kind of makes it a little bit easier to game plan. And hopefully, while you're trying to contain them, you don't get sloppy and just kind of forget about the other 9 guys on the field. So
we get a quick highlights package there of Josue Aron Gomez, who obviously has bagged 3 goals in his last 2 matches played for Locomotive. On the bench for this one, given how he came off and came on and made that impact in that last match against Vegas, but Josue Aron Gomez getting a lot of love, USL's reigning player of the week for those 3 goals. And do you think obviously whenever a player scores goals, we've seen it with Edson Partida this season, we've seen it now with Gomez, these calls for immediately when a player is scoring, immediately calling for them to start, do you think there's any merit to that, or do you think there just has to be a little bit more to the overall process and a little more respect given to how the team's playing?
yeah, I think that in some cases, maybe, I don't want to say never, that you should never, think that, but I think that in this case, he's a player that we still haven't seen a whole lot of relative to some other people.
Sure.
You can kind of say what you compare him to Edson, and that he had those games where he was getting some good goals, and then kind of went quiet for a little while. Really until a couple weeks ago when he had that goal of the year. I'm calling it right now. You hadn't heard much from him in the minutes that he did get. So you just always have to wait and see. It's tough with a small sample size to make a good educated decision. But, hopefully he gets some more minutes so that we can see if, he really does deserve to be at the top of the team sheet.
With the teams coming out and we're getting ready for kickoff here, we'll go over the lineups quickly. Orange County lining up. Dew is in goal. Michael Orozco, Contour, Walker Hume, and Amico line up across the back 4. Christian Duke, Aiden Quinn, one of the top creators last season in USL. I think he had the most assists in USL last season. Kind of fallen off the pace a little bit this season, but they line up in a midfield pair. Darwin Jones, Jerry Van Wolfgang, and Harry Forrester line up in those attacking midfield roles, and then it is Michael Seaton up top. Obviously, Jones and Seaton, the danger men in this one. On the other side of the ball, Locomotive with Logan Ketterer in goal, McKinday, Fox, Intoko, and Rebellon across that back 4. It's Richie and Yuma in that midfield pair with Seb Velasquez in the 10 right ahead of them. Nick Ross and Omar Salgado will play in those attacking midfield roles, and Jerome Kiesewetter leads the line. Once again, looking to improve on last week's performance, just in that he didn't grab himself a goal, missed a pen, but hopefully we can see the orthodontist back on the score sheet this week.
Yeah, for sure. A professional like Jerome, I'm not too worried that he's going to get too in his head about the whole thing. So, if anything, I think that'll kind of be a little bit of a catalyst to get him going, and hopefully he gets a couple in this one.
Locomotive named their first full bench for about 2 months, and Alexi Bassetti on the bench to start this one. The signing, who was acquired about a month ago from OKC Energy in exchange for Derek Gebhard, makes his first ever appearance in a match day squad for Locomotive, and we are underway from Champions Field in Orange County. I believe it's Irvine, California. And early, Locomotive just have a little long ball to dealt with by McKinday, and you can see already McKinday, as Locomotive in possession, McKinday there getting forward of Nick Ross. He is going to be storming down that left, loses his footing a little bit there going down the left.
Rough start.
Yeah, you can see too where he wiped out on the like. There's a whole streak of where the turf just gave way. McKinday, pretty sizable dude, so not surprised that the turf couldn't really handle his whole frame. But as we take a look, a name we haven't called in a while. Well, they've called him Jerome Castellanos. So
no, I think it's
sorry,
Josh and Mishak.
Yeah. I was like, that's a USL typo. I assume the worst. But anyways, Josh Castellanos still out with that knee injury long term. Mishak Jerome obviously out. A couple of guys that at different times this season we've definitely missed. The only short term injury right now is Drew Becky. And right now, the referees whistled for a free kick for Orange County. I'm not really sure what was actually given.
I didn't see any.
That was really strange.
I didn't see a handball. No one made contact with anyone.
Like Locomotive was even really near the ball until because Velasquez was actually just trying to collect possession there in the middle of the field. It looked like a bad giveaway by Orange County. I think a handball was given,
that's
but
yeah.
I didn't see a Locomotive player near it, so I'm not sure what the referee's given. Orange County though on the ball, and they're gonna take their first real look at Locomotive. They played a few long passes forward and misplaced each of them. So, in addition, it is going to be a challenge tonight for us calling the game with...
another one of these tight angles.
Yeah, very tight angle from the side of the field, even though it is a soccer-specific stadium. And then, in addition, Locomotive wearing the light blue ensemble with white numbers, and Orange County wearing dark orange with black numbers, and neither sticking out all that much in terms of the how they look on TV. So Locomotive, I think we could do a decent job of identifying who's who.
Just by silhouette.
Yeah. Orange County's going to be a different story.
I'll just make it up as we go.
Unless they're on this near sideline, it's going to be a challenge. But we're across 3 minutes. Right now, not a ton of possession for Locomotive so far. It's kind of been disjointed here in the opening couple of minutes, as you'd kind of expect in this game, as both teams are just trying to feel each other out. Orange County though on the ball and trying to play it across here. They play it out to the right hand side. Looking to deliver a cross in from Amico out there in that right back position, but the long ball eventually comes in over the top. Just a little bit of miscommunication there. I believe it was Darwin Jones was the target on the end of that one, but it goes all the way through to Ketterer, who's going to loft this pass out to McKinday, and Locomotive's going to try to get the ball down and play a little bit for the first time today. Fox back out to McKinday. A little bit of a loose touch there from Moses, so I have to be careful there. And Chiro cleans up after the miscontrol. It was a rushed pass into the feet of Richie Ryan, and he couldn't really deal with that. Chiro has to put it out of play.
Yeah, I'm guessing Mark probably won't be too happy about that sequence right there.
Yeah, it's a cheap giveaway, and now Orange County trying to press and take advantage of that. Getting forward, it's Van Wolfgang delivering a cross in near Ketterer. It's fallen down in the box, booted away in the end by Andrew Fox. It's been very sloppy here in the opening stages for Locomotive. They'll have to sharpen things up and quickly as Fox makes a clearance from that cross in from the right-hand side. The ball came in from the right. Van Wolfgang put that cross in. Ketterer looked like he was going to be able to catch it, and Chiro just kind of kicked it out of his hands.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if he dropped it. I missed exactly what happened there.
That's what it looked like anyways. I'm not 100% positive.
But that would be very uncharacteristic.
Mm-hmm. Van Wolfgang back on the ball. Plays out wide. Amico looking to put a cross in. A lot of pressure here from OC early. Locomotive haven't been able to get the ball out of their half as the shot comes in the end. It was a ambitious volley. I'll have to catch this guy's... No, it was Amico coming in from that right back position. Ends up taking a shot. It goes well wide. Not threatening Ketterer, but again, just a lot of pressure from Orange County and kind of self-inflicted so far from Locomotive.
Yeah, they haven't been able to do a lot to stop that service from getting in there. I think that's probably about 3 crosses that go in, into the box untouched.
But Locomotive are going the other way. Seth Velasquez and Omar Salgado combining really well down Locomotive's right.
Oof.
Cross came in towards Kiesewetter. It's cleared only as far as Velasquez. Velasquez with some nice feet. Velasquez shot comes in, and it's just wide of the post. Oh, Seth Velasquez nearly opened his account from open play. Having scored last week against Vegas from the penalty spot, he nearly got that one. He got it on his weaker foot and just drags it wide of that far post. It's a good look.
Yeah,
and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I'm very happy with. I'm happy to see them taking those, mid-range kind of shots. I think that's something that we've been lacking all season is the courage to take those, and give us a chance to get those goals instead of opting for, that extra pass to walk it in the goal.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy with that. I'll take that, 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, and it is it's also nice to see Locomotive looking dangerous on the break. Not something that we see that often because of how often we play with the ball. But we've seen games where when we don't have possession, we just don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And to create a chance basically off our first foray into their half, let alone their defensive third, we've actually, if we can keep that rate up of creating a shot each time we get forward, this is gonna go just fine.
Yeah, I'm happy to see a little bit of flexibility from Mark, kind of straying away from how tight he stays to the let's hold the ball and create the shot. I'm happy to see that kind of flow.
Locomotive defending decently enough there through McKinday, and they are going to look to play it out. Yuma with a loose pass though back, and my stream has traveled in time.
But he did the same thing. Even though
he
had the chance to change it.
I know, I really wanted him to make a different decision, but Orange County back in possession. Darren McCrae in the chat. Welcome, Darren. It's good to have you. Thanks for stopping by. As a loose pass now from Orange County lets Locomotive try to get forward as a long ball looking for Jerome Kiesewetter, eventually headed back by Orange County to Yuma and then down for Logan Ketterer in goal. We're into the 9th minute of play now as Fox plays this one out for Richie Ryan. Signature ball around the corner from Richie Ryan eventually leads to a ball out wide for McKinday. McKinday tries to go around the corner looking for Jerome Kiesewetter. What a ball, and the flag is up against Jerome Kiesewetter. I would like to see that one again because it would. I would wager that it was very.
I'm pretty
very
sure
tight.
he was behind number 3. I already forgot his name.
That is Amico.
I'm pretty sure he started behind him.
I would need to see that one again with the Orange County broadcast. I doubt we will see a replay. I think that was a very tight decision, but offside ultimately given. Good ball around the corner by McKinday, and
that was excellent.
Hopefully, we always see a lot of creativity coming down the left with Kiffy, so hopefully McKinday can offer some creativity of his own as he's having to defend here down our left-hand side. He lost that clearance up. Kiesewetter trying to claim it, and then plays it kind of back into danger here. I think Darwin Jones is interested. Van Wolfgang's played that through. Excuse me, not Van Wolfgang. That is
It was
Duke, I believe, number 20. Van Wolfgang's number 7. We'll get it. We'll get it one of these days. As Rebillon with his first real touch of the ball, but gets a little overexcited and plays it into touch for an Orange County throw. As we approach the 10-minute mark, kind of a weird start.
It's been like the opposite of Las Vegas, where it has been a very fast-paced game back and forth, but it has also been very sloppy, which is definitely something that it's the type of game that I don't like to watch. Right. So hopefully things get tightened up here.
Cody Bachmeyer, welcome to the chat. It's good to have you as always. And still 0-0. Orange County and El Paso, as we've played just over 10 minutes now. Long ball from OC diagonally, looking for a player running in down the right, headed away by McKinday, headed back into danger by Yuma, headed down. Think there might have been a suspicion of handball against OC there. but Chiro and Toko able to get it clear in the end. Kiesewetter can't control it. We've got Joe Parker in the chat as well. Joe, welcome. He's saying 3-0 orthodontist re-enters the party and Omar gets his goal. I sure hope so. I was kind of trying to jinx the 3-0 back into existence by predicting 2-1 again. 2-1 was my prediction for Vegas, so I'm hoping I am wrong in the same way.
I hope you're wrong too, Phil.
Yeah, but we will see. OC back on the ball. It will need to get sharper from Locomotive. That's the one thing that we have to one thing we'll have to change is OC lining up for a shot from distance and it goes just over the bar. Ketterer not really concerned about it, but we've seen now that was Harry Forrester taking that shot from distance, and we've seen in the last couple of weeks, obviously Vegas was lining up for quite a few shots from distance, but against Tulsa, Altamiranos did score a screamer, so something we'll have to be wary of.
Yeah, for sure. We're definitely susceptible to that. I think the defense doesn't really get too tight until they get into that danger area, so just needs to come out and play a little bit more.
Ball through for OC, played back to Ketterer by Chiro. Ketterer able to find Omar out on that left wing, and now Locomotive looking to break. Seb Velasquez with his nimble feet through midfield, exactly what we've come to expect. Able to play that ball out wide for McKinday, who's getting down the left. He's got Ross in support. And
so we're probably about 5 seconds behind now.
Yeah, we're probably quite a bit behind, I would say. Richie Ryan now on the ball, plays it out wide. Rebellon in support now. Omar was trying to go around the corner with that. Just a throw given to El Paso as that challenge came in on that left-hand side. Restarted play through Brian Rebellon. I do enjoy these moments in away games where we have possession and we're actually getting it down, passing a little bit, and just letting a little bit of that pressure off as the long ball now goes forward, comes in, the chip comes in, and it's just wide. I
think that had the same like lateral trajectory as Seb's first shot.
Nick Ross with an opportunity on the chip. It was audacious. He nearly pulls it off. He took it down off his chest. It was a good diagonal run as well, and it just drifts wide of that far post. Yeah, like you said, pretty much just the same distance away from that post as Seb Velasquez.
Yeah, but I'm happy to keep doing it. You got to give yourself chances.
Yeah, it is another good chance. Nick Ross probably feels he should have done better by his high standards, but again, we see a Nick Ross potential golazo just go, a little bit wide, or we've seen him hit the post with a curler. We've seen him, last week he has a potential, goal of the week candidate saved by Olsen before Josue Gomez scores. So interesting little sequence there for Nick Ross. Nearly pulls it off, but
nice
Locomotive on the counter, getting forward here down the right-hand
Shoot
side.
it!
It's Omar Salgado, and he just needed to let fly one touch earlier. He trusted himself. I think he tries to go past the keeper there and takes a heavy touch. Keeper able to clear it out, doing his duty there in goal for OC, but Omar probably wants this one back.
You gotta shoot that, brother.
Locomotive, though, putting the pressure on, and you love to see it. Corner now given. Didn't see the action in the meantime because of the replay, but it is a corner for El Paso Locomotive. First corner of the match for either side, and as we are getting towards the 15-minute mark, it'll actually be Nick Ross over to take this. I don't know that we've seen him take many. It's taken short. Velasquez going into the area, brought down, won fairly. Now advantage played towards OC as they try to bring this out on the counter. And eventually, man brought down in midfield, Yuma. I think he'll escape any real punishment for this, which might be a little lucky.
Talk about lucky.
The challenge on Velasquez is, it's one of those, you've seen him given, That's what I think he does. The OC player gets the ball, but he also takes quite a bit of Seb Velasquez in the penalty area. Could have been another penalty for Locomotive. And yeah, let us know in the chat whether you guys think that should have been given, because that's definitely a borderline call. But OC now on the ball and able to breathe just a little bit since Locomotive have been on top the last couple of minutes. Cross comes in. Andrew Fox able to just about deal with it. It was not comfortable, but Ketterer able to pick it up. And,
we got too many of those close calls last week, so
yeah, I guess
we've exhausted our supply for the rest of the season.
Yeah, we got the 50-50s, and now we're not going to get much as Omar Salgado down under the challenge from OC's left back Michael Orozco. No, yeah,
Wait, no, that's not him. That's Contour. Excuse me.
number 23. Contour commits a foul, and it'll be it's a free kick for Locomotive. They're playing it around the back four and just trying to feel out OC again, trying to possess the ball, but still looking for these balls in behind. Kiesewetter trying to win it high up the field. He's won it off Amico, and he's gotten a hand to the face here, right in front of OC's bench. Foul has been given Locomotive's way. Nothing given for the hands to the face. As we're still looking for the karmic retribution. Yeah, it was just maybe a hand to the neck. Maybe just it's a weird one from Amico. He does grab towards Kiesewetter's face,
and he got a little bit of jersey with the left hand also. So it was a little aggressive.
Not sure what happened in the interim off the free kick for Locomotive to give the ball straight back to OC for a goal kick. I'm assuming it didn't go well. And now they'll try a long ball of their own. Flag is up on this near side against Orange County, and it'll be an offside. Locomotive able to restart play going back the other way. Chiro and Toko marking there, but Locomotive, I mean, we have seen, generally speaking, Locomotive have done okay with that offside trap and holding the line and getting those decisions. We haven't had too many instances where guys are getting in behind.
Yeah, not at all.
One-on-one.
Not at all. Because that would frustrate the hell out of me, and I'd probably remember every single one of those. But yeah, I don't think that that's been an issue for us this year.
Locomotive trying to get forward through Seth Velasquez, who just gets caught. He was marked by about 3 Orange County players and not able to dribble out of trouble. Orange County they're going to try and come down this right-hand side once again. They've been really mostly attacking down this right hand with Amico. Not too much in the way of attacks going down that left-hand side. Maybe just speaks to the offensive qualities of Amico versus his fullback partner Orozco. But here is that man again, Amico. He tries to play the ball through, just a little bit of miscommunication, misplayed the ball. It's out for a goal kick. Not of the required quality there from Amico to find that ball in behind.
You wonder if they maybe sense a little bit of weakness in McKinday too, possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe they just don't. They don't fear him as much as they might Kiffy if he were in the same spot.
Yeah, that's a fair point for sure. As Yuma does really well to win that ball back, and Locomotive with a chance to counter here. McKinday, this is where he thrives, getting forward down this left-hand side. Can he maintain possession? He does. He drops it off to Nick Ross, infield for Ryan.
That's Velasquez, actually, I think.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, it is.
Richie's
yeah, excuse me. I should have noticed because of the lack of red hair. As it's back out wide for McKinday. He goes inside for Velasquez. Velasquez opts not to dribble through the entire OC defense as he did last week against Vegas. But he is popping up all over the place and just trying to get on the ball as much as possible. There he is again. And now it's out from Ryan out to Rebellon. Looks for the long ball for Salgado. Flag was up anyways. They're showing the possession numbers now 60-40. 60-40 in favor of Orange County. And now that we've played 20 minutes, that's not a bad spread for an away game.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the time that we have had with the ball has been meaningful. So that's a positive, I guess, to take out of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And OC though back on the ball, They are going to try to get forward down this left-hand side. It's Contour going down the left, I do believe.
Omar keeping up with him for sure.
Yeah, they out to play it back into defense, and it's a underrated quality as OC now, though, trying to flick this ball around the corner. Fox marking his man.
I don't know what.
It's come down to the feet of Darwin Jones, right on the penalty spot, basically.
I think Ketterer needs to give him some space there so
Yeah.
the goal's not wide open.
Yeah, kind of let Foxy defend on that one, but in the end, it doesn't come to anything, and Locomotive will try to get forward. But what I would say is an underrated quality of Omar Salgado in particular is his defensive work rate in how the team plays defense down the wings, especially when he's out wide. You can tell that he definitely does a lot to come back and try to win the ball back for Locomotive. And obviously we know his attacking qualities down the wings. So obviously tons to offer when Omar Salgado is out there on that right-hand side. Maybe just want to see him shoot a little more often.
Yeah, and especially when you're one-on-one with the keeper.
Joe Parker says, see how fun is this? Film the podcast for the YouTube channel. It is something that
He's really pushing for that.
It's something I've thought about. Technically, I think, is where... Oh, good ball through from Nick Ross. He's in!
And it's in!
And it's Omar Salgado! Oh, and the flag's up.
Oh, man!
Oh, no, the flag is up.
What a pass, though.
What a ball that was. Nick Ross absolutely slicing apart Orange County, and the flag up against Omar Salgado once again. I'm really interested
and I don't know
to see this.
What they're showing
replaying they're playing... They did not replay. The ball went into the back of the net, and they didn't replay it. Like, it's an offside decision. You have to replay that. Oh, my God. See, this is why we have to do this, because right now they're just gonna say they're gonna move on, and it won't even be a talking point in the match. And without a replay, like, what's USL gonna do when they do the highlights? Like, just not talk about it. I guess it's a possibility, as Velasquez has now found McKinday in space, though. McKinday with a chance to shape for a cross, decent ball in, headed away from Kiesewetter, though. Velasquez was paying attention to it, and it's cleared only as far as Yuma, and then Richie Ryan back out for Rebellon, and Locomotive will come again. Fox striding forward into space.
Oh, here goes the shot. Calling it.
I thought he might unleash with that left foot. He's able to hold possession, though, and McKinday opts to play it back out to Richie Ryan.
I really think he thought about it for a second
yeah,
there.
I wouldn't have blamed it. You move up into that much space. It's like
make it worth it.
You know, it's like in the NBA, to borrow your basketball references. It's like in the NBA, you back off a 3-point shooter. You know, like he's gonna drill it. Like he doesn't care if it's from 40 feet. That's as another cross came in from McKinday. This time, no one in the box able to receive it. God, that offside call is really bugging me right now, because I would really love to see that decision again. I thought that he was clearly on, but our camera angle also sucks, so I don't know.
We haven't had one of those in a while. There was a time at kind of the middle of the season where
this
seems like
come through nearly for Van Wolfgang, but yeah, towards the beginning of the season, it was a kind of a common problem. Austin Bold comes to mind.
Yeah, those called back goals.
The Easter Sunday game. Oh man, that is tough to take, given that we have no idea what's happening. Cross comes in, eventually chested down by McKinday, and Ketterer able to collect. Locomotive looking, I would say, increasingly comfortable with what Orange County are throwing at them. Still obviously need to be extremely careful with two goal scorers of the caliber that they have.
Yeah, absolutely. They've tightened things up, just like we were calling for.
McKinday with a giveaway, as you say that. But Orange County, a giveaway in a not so bad position.
I guess.
It's
Just bad timing.
not ideal. Yeah, curse of the commentator, as they say. Orange County looking to switch play again. Amico is actually in space this time. McKinday's out to press the ball. Gets beaten by Amico. Cross comes in. Good clearance there by Andrew Fox. And Nick Ross will look to carry this one away. Nice touch to take it down this left-hand side. Looks for Kiesewetter. Kiesewetter kicked there. Nothing given by the referee. Kiesewetter still down.
That
away
looks like
from
a
the
hard
ball.
one to call, though.
Ball deflected out wide. And Orange County will recycle possession back into the midfield.
I think they're a little bit worried. They had Gomez get up with the assistant coach.
Yeah, I think Kiesewetter stayed down. It'll be interesting. Orange County's continued to play.
Yeah, surprised they haven't put the ball out.
And Orange County player down in the box. Referee waves play on, and I'd like to see Locomotive try to play on, but
Kiesewetter's up.
He's struggling a little bit, but Salgado's getting forward down this right-hand side. He's got Kiesewetter in the middle, and he just
that is going
misjudges.
To frustrate Jerome.
He just misjudges where Kiesewetter was making his run. Kiesewetter made it to the near post. Omar chipped it to the far post, and the danger fizzles out there for Locomotive on the counter. But I mean, Omar has to make a better decision.
Yeah, and Kiesewetter was calling for it. You saw him calling for it, so I just think Omar lost awareness there of what was going on. I don't think he even lifted his head up.
Yeah, he just made his mind up and kind of put it into an area. Hoped someone was making that far post run, and alas, no one was.
Yeah, so that's gonna frustrate the hell out of Jerome.
As another ball comes into Locomotive's area, I think it's a weird one for Locomotive because I think the team got kind of caught in two minds where half the team expected everybody to put it out so Kiesewetter could receive treatment or whatever, come off or whatever the decision was going to be. As that ball comes back to Ketterer, plays it out wide. Rebellon offering the outlet there. It was getting a little hairy there in the center, but they're able to play through. Ross, another ball chipped through. Kiesewetter one-on-one, and the flag was up again.
Man,
we are not getting any
love from the side
from
judge
far side linesman. He's absolutely I can't recall one that he's kept his flag down. But Kiesewetter does look to be moving all right now. He was hobbling a little bit when he was trying to get on the counter with Omar, but he does look to be moving pretty much freely now. I think he's probably going to take it a little bit easy on the press, maybe. For a few minutes. But as he charges back. So yeah, we're cursing the commentator tonight, full on. But Orange County in possession now, getting forward down this left-hand side. Cross comes in, flicked on.
What a shot!
And it is a goal. And I think the flag is up, and the offside flag bails out Locomotive this time.
That was quite the header.
That was a great header, flicked on at that near post. I believe it was Darwin Jones who would have been the scorer had the flag stayed down. They will give us the replay of this one. Yeah, he does. I don't know. I can't really tell from the angles they're showing, which make no sense for an offside decision. You literally cannot tell. So the flag went up, and I guess we'll just have to.
I'm not gonna argue that one. Oh, nice touch by Seb.
Yeah, Seb with some good dribbling. We know he's silky on the ball. Shows so again there. Now he's getting his head up, just looking for a little bit of support after that lengthy dribble. Gets the ball back from Yuma and then opts to play it out wide for Rebellon. Locomotive just slowing things down a little bit. Lot of end-to-end action in these last couple of minutes, but Rebellon going through the gears, plays a cross in towards Kiesewetter. It might fall just for Velasquez, doesn't quite. Played across Yuma for Ryan. Opts to play it back. Chiro out wide for McKinday. Moses rolls it into the feet of Nick Ross. Nick Ross looking to get his head up, put that cross in. An OC defender had slipped, and this ball's played back across the box. A bad clearance as we cross that half-hour mark, but it is out for a Locomotive throw. Little bit crazy at the back there for OC. Locomotive probably needed to create something off of that.
Yeah, they're knocking on the door, though. It's eventually. I have a feeling that we're gonna get one before the end of the half. Or I take that back. We are not gonna score the rest of the game.
We're definitely not going to score as Nick Ross puts this one into the center. Might fall for Richie Ryan. He tries to play a first-time pass across for Omar Salgado and just kind of gets it wrong. As the ball hopped up on him, Salgado able to collect it, though. Plays it back to Rebellon. Rebellon looking a little, not completely, obviously, because you can't take the fullback or the wing back out of Brian Rebellon, but playing a little deeper than he normally does, not getting forward quite so much as Salgado puts a cross in towards Kiesewetter, dealt with fairly easily in the end by Orange County. Press has stayed up a little bit, but Locomotive now kind of retreating to the halfway line and looking to just play this half-court defense, as they say. They're getting forward now, though, headed away. Cross came in, headed away by Rebellon. I can't tell if both teams are just like tiring, but it's very open, very end-to-end right now. And as Locomotive win the ball back, Velasquez urging his teammates to get forward because no one was really eager to attack.
It's weird. They do seem a little sluggish, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, they look gassed, and it's not just Locomotive. Like Orange County also look equally exhausted. As Omar opts to hold the ball, plays it to Seb Velasquez. Now it's chipped through. Omar made a good run. He goes for that first-time chip again, and it grazes the top of the net. He went for the Nick Ross technique there on the left foot. It's not a bad idea on the first time, but we're not getting the. They're not falling for us.
Yeah, I would have just preferred a run-of-the-mill shot there.
Yeah. Not a bad technique, not far away, but it is over the bar and out for an Orange County goal kick. They restart, and now they're going to try to get forward down this left-hand side. It is plenty to talk about through the first half hour of this match. And both teams have had the ball in the back of the net. Both teams have had them marked off for offside, and now Rebellon.
That was weird. It looked like Rebellon was tracking back there, and so I feel like the contact had to have been initiated by Orange County, but
I don't think he's given the foul. So yeah, it's a corner kick in the end for Orange County. So Rebellon adjudged to have fairly won the ball, and Orange County get the corner kick, which I think is a good decision from the referee there, because it did seem like the Orange County player was more so looking for the contact than Rebellon was. But first corner kick for Orange County, first corner to defend here for Locomotive. So
ref is having some words with the defenders in the box there.
Yeah. Cross comes into the far post, headed away. Rebellon doing his duty there at the far post. Orange County collect it. They try to put it back into the mixer in that second phase, but headed away, and now Nick Ross might just have a chance on the counter. Just about shoved off the ball, or guided off the ball, I will say, not shoved, because it was a fair challenge. Orange County able to prevent that counterattack, which could have been extremely dangerous for them, but now they're getting forward down that right-hand side. Cross came in, forces another corner off of McKinday this time as he blocked that cross. I mean, Cody's saying it's strange match. Yeah, I mean, it really is just, it's kind of weird.
I don't know what to think of. I don't know who the better team has been. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect here.
Yeah, it's a little, I mean, watching, it's honestly a little like watching Liverpool this morning where they, as a corner comes in, punched away by Ketterer. He kind of got challenged in the air, shoulder to shoulder, but Locomotive able to come away with it. Seb Velasquez not able to control as Omar played that one kind of over his other shoulder. I think he was expecting the pass to the other side. But yeah, a little bit like Liverpool this morning where at times in the match they looked like probably one of the best teams, definitely one of the best teams in England, one of the best teams in Europe. And then at other times they look just sloppy and kind of out of sorts. And so I think that's kind of how Locomotive have looked. Like some of these counterattacks have looked extremely sharp. They've looked really good. They've had some really good touches on the ball. They've had, they've really enjoyed some of the game, and some other parts of the game have been downright scary and like troubling. So it is just a strange match here as Orange County earn a free kick out on their left wing. They're going to look to put this one in the box. 10 minutes left to play in this first half.
And this could be a 1-1 game if
Yeah.
not for those
The
offside
offside
flags.
Corner comes in. It's a dangerous one.
Does that go?
And the goal's given.
Logan.
That I'm not really sure what happened, honestly. Logan was so far out of his net. I don't know if he just completely misjudged what was happening, but Orange County lead from a set piece. Gosh, that is a really, really rough goal to concede for Locomotive. It's just a high cross, and
I guess he was just not expecting. Oh, he jumped really high.
I
He got
guess.
really high up there. I don't even think Logan was considering that he was going to touch that ball.
Yeah, and so Orange County opened the scoring. Michael Seaton scores again for Orange County. Weird goal to concede. Yeah, because like you said, basically he got up higher than anyone expected, but it is that's such a rough goal to concede too.
I feel like it goes with this game too.
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird.
That was so strange. I've never seen Logan so fooled on a set piece like that. He's very good normally in the air and commanding his box and kind of dealing with those situations, and that time it was bad as Velasquez with some more great footwork.
God, he's so good on the ball.
Spun away from a couple of defenders there. Keeping Locomotive in possession. Richie Ryan, nice little fake of his own. Plays it out wide for McKinday. McKinday and Ross combining. McKinday not able to get back on the end of it. It is a throw for Locomotive in the end, as Amico has to put that one into touch. But does OC have any cash drops to look forward to? Unfortunately, no. But Michael Seaton seemed like he got a cash drop of his own when that free kick dropped out of the sky, and he somehow climbed to head it in to give OC the lead. 38 minutes gone now. Yeah, what a strange half it has been for both these teams. As now Richie Ryan with the very rare, that's a collector's item right there, a misplaced pass from Richie Ryan. We've got the Locomotive official account making puns
Oh God.
about conceding. Bad guys go ahead. Boo. You're better than that, Taylor. I know who's behind that account. Better than that. It is. They are in front though, so.
I mean, he's not wrong.
It's technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. Futurama. As Orange County on the ball once again. It's a rough one. One, because the free kick. We have seen from those positions, as Chiro does well, to win back possession for Locomotive. But we've seen us vulnerable in those set pieces before, but never quite in that in that manner. As this ball played through Ross looking for Velasquez, blocked off the ball by Amico. Yeah, I've always found that weird because intent to play the ball is always brought into account unless you're shielding the ball from going out, and then you can kind of do whatever. It's a bit of a weird rule, in my opinion, but yeah, we have just about 5 minutes left to play the first half, depending on what will be added on, which I'd imagine is probably not going to be more than 2 minutes at most. And Orange County have grabbed a 1-0 lead via Michael Seaton. And Orange County looking to do more damage here as we get towards the end of the half. Amico plays that ball down the line. Darwin Jones looking to put a cross in, does
Oof.
just about, and it fizzes across the face of goal and out. It was the intervention came in the end from Fox, I believe, headed away and out for an Orange County throw. Could have been really bad. That was a very good delivery from that right-hand side.
Mm.
And they are going to go for a long throw out on that side. I believe Contour deliver the long throw in. It's flicked on, down in the box, gets the shot away. I'm not really sure. I think,
Must be a handball.
yeah, I think a handball or something's been given in the scrum. It goes against Orange County. Locomotive have a chance to restart through Logan Ketterer. Orange County keeping the press on. Richie Ryan not able to get the ball around the corner, but Locomotive just about combining here after a little while, and then eventually a foul on Nick Ross lets the pressure off for Locomotive, and Chiro and Toko now in possession. Nice turn in midfield from Yuma. Looks to spray a pass out wide to that right-hand side. See what Omar can do out there. Omar trying to cut onto his left, trying to create something, fizzes across in towards that near post. It's blocked away by Orange County and guided out by Brian Rebellon for a Locomotive throw. Locomotive, I think, as you'd expect, but I think Locomotive showing a little bit more urgency now that they're behind, trying to equalize before the halftime.
Yeah, definitely. I think foul given. I think going down 1-0 is real rough for this team going into half. So to be able to equalize right before will do wonders for us. So here's hoping.
Yeah, it is. The longer that deficit holds, it just, the more edgy everything becomes, because that second goal becomes so, kind of looms. So yeah, grabbing that the equalizer is going to become obviously paramount. But Cody Bogmeyer saying that this game has the makings of a goal going in off a hand and counting. That is the type of thing. It is just a strange one. And then, yeah, Darren saying I feel I may be yelling at the rest before the end. Nothing too egregious yet, but we also didn't get the replays on the offside decisions, so who knows? It could be just that one linesman that we're upset with. I'm happy with the linesman on the near side because he chalked off an OC goal. So,
Yeah, exactly.
So far, pretty much level refereeing wise, but hopefully it stays that way because we've seen these things spiral out of hand so quickly.
We need
following Locomotive.
Does the Shithouse 11 need a referee crew?
Ooh, that's true. We probably need to start paying attention to the referees, as Velasquez trying to escape the attentions
A little bit of
the
hold there.
defenders with a couple of arms wrapped around him. Isn't able to, but Locomotive able to win the ball back. And now Rebellon getting forward down the right. Looks to get to Omar, gets a little bit of luck with the deflection, goes past one, but can't get past the second. And now Richie Ryan is going to get the first card of the game, yellow card, as he committed that foul in midfield. Richie obviously was able to get through his last match without
Another red.
a red, but right at the end of the half here gets yellow. It's late from Richie. He's a little unlucky in that he just barely catches the foot, but it's going to be given as a yellow more often than not, especially in that counterattacking kind of scenario. As we're right about to the 45th minute, still have not had any announcement of potential time added on at the end of the first half. We shall see. I mean, Orange County's playing like there's not going to be any. They're obviously happy to take a 1-0 lead into halftime the way everything's gone. And the referee blows the whistle right on 45 minutes.
All right.
which we've seen once before this season, but that is always strikes me as such a strange thing to do,
Like,
given the fact that there obviously have been stoppages. So to play exactly 45 is just, it can't be possible.
Like, you got to give one, like,
Yeah.
to have some credibility at least.
I don't understand it at all. I mean, unless he's just gonna add on, 8 at the end of the second half, doesn't really make any sense. But the Locomotive players coming off, just having some discussions with each other. I think they're just talking about how they need to sharpen up a little bit. But we are going to head into this halftime break. It is Orange County 1-0 Locomotive. Orange County leading through Michael Seaton and his 11th goal of the season. The second OC player to reach 11 goals so far this year. So yeah, it is it's a little bit disappointing, obviously, for Locomotive to go in trailing, but it is also it's not off or it's not against the run of play or anything like that. They could have scored, they could have conceded. It's been a bit of an open half, so I'm not crying foul certainly yet, but we will see how the second half pans out. Hopefully they have a couple more goals in them. And we can keep Orange County off the score sheet. My prediction is still very much possible. We've got a 2-1. It could be on the cards. So hopefully we'll see us come away with the victory. Still, we will obviously it'll take a comeback now, but we'll be hoping that Locomotive can come out firing in the second half. If they start like they did against Las Vegas in the second half, then we can get right back into this and equalize and then go about trying to win this thing. We're going to take a quick break, but we will be back for the second half, and I hope you guys will stick with us for all of the action in the second half as we root on Locomotive towards hopefully another 3 points. All right, guys, the teams are back out for the second half. As you can tell, it's just going to be me for the second half. So, Christian had to bounce. Just a minor emergency, nothing to worry about. But he did have to leave, so I will be flying solo for the second half. Not a big deal. Hope you guys will still enjoy. But saw in the chat, Darren, where's Bassetti? He is on the bench tonight. So just had to start. I think the way that Locomotive were starting out, they were just trying to keep some continuity with last week. So they decided to start the same 11, just minus Kiffy, not starting on the bench. So I think Bassetti, we could see him introduced here in the second half. We have seen a change though for El Paso. Chapa Herrera coming on. So it'll be. I'm not sure who's come off or why. I don't know if they've brought Richie off. It looks like they might have brought Richie Ryan off as Locomotive restarting play. They're getting forward down this left-hand side. Cross is deflected all the way through. It might come for Kiesewetter, and he's hit it at the near post and over. It was actually Velasquez at the near post who had ghosted into the box. He took the shot on his left foot and just blazed over. He had a similar chance, I think we all remember, against RGV, I believe, in that first half. He had a chance from a tight angle similar to that. As OC restart play, they're looking to get forward. Long ball, Rebellon just about dealing with it under the attentions of Seaton, but Seaton plays it off of Chiro, and that'll be an OC throw. Yeah, I believe Richie Ryan has come off, and I think Chapa is the one. Yeah, Chapa's come on. I believe Richie Ryan. I don't know if it's for an injury or if it's because Richie picked up that yellow card in the first half, and I don't know if Mark is just trying to protect him from a potential suspension for yellow card accumulation or a suspension for a second yellow. Obviously, if you get a red, you're suspended for a match. So we missed him against Tulsa, and I think Mark might be trying to protect him from suspension here. Locomotive earning a throw deep in their own territory, trying to play it out. McKinday will look to go longer. Velasquez and Yuma combining to get it out, but it'll go straight back to OC as that pass through midfield was a little loose, a little under par. So OC will go back the other way. OC obviously are going to be feeling pretty confident given the fact that they obviously have the lead at home. But Locomotive did rescue a point from a losing position against Tulsa. Hopefully they can find a way to rescue all three today. OC on the ball though in the center of the park. Ball comes down this right side. Amico, been calling his name a lot, obviously involved in the attack. Darwin Jones forward for Seaton. Drops it back off to Jones. Those are the two potent goal scorers, as Jones will let one rip from distance, but it's well wide. Ketterer not really bothered by that one. Jones waving off the complaints of his teammates who feel he had better options there. As McKinday's played himself into a little bit of trouble down that left-hand side, giving the ball away. Tried to dribble through a couple of challenges, and it just did not come off for him. Should have probably played the ball earlier, and now OC back in possession. Locomotive, since that early chance for Velasquez, not really doing much on the ball. OC content to just keep it, play it around. Locomotive aren't really pressing until the halfway line. Just trying to sit back, soak up the pressure, and then I think they're trying to play on the break. So interesting little change of tactics here for Mark Lowry and company as cross came in from that left-hand side. Eventually foul given as the ball went up in the air. Chapa tried to play the header, and it was Seaton who just took his legs out as he went up for the header. Chiro opts to play the free kick back to Logan, and Locomotive, again, just trying to play out through the back. Chapa barreled over there and then trod on by the OC player. I believe that'll be a free kick for Locomotive. It is. They go back the other way. Chapa just getting his legs underneath him in this game as that's flicked on by Kiesewetter. Looking for McKinday around the corner. He gave his opponent a little bit too much respect there as the OC player actually took a pretty poor touch, and McKinday may have been able to capitalize on it, but he didn't anticipate it. Locomotive do maintain possession, though, and now they've got it. Rabellon and Velasquez trying his tricks in midfield, as we've grown accustomed to, as we said. He's just such a skillful player, so good on the ball. And now Chiro back with it, opts to play back to Logan, and Locomotive reset. We see it quite a bit. Locomotive will have to start pressing for the goal, though, and loose touch in midfield by OC. Kiesewetter out wide to Salgado. Salgado's cut central. Can he get something away here? Salgado from distance, and he hits it way, way over the bar. We saw a decent shot from Omar in Vegas, nearly curling one into the top corner. That was not of the same quality as we've now played 50 minutes. And into the first 5 minutes of this first half, we have seen a couple of flashes on the break for Locomotive, but they haven't tested the keeper yet. The only shot on target, they technically have had zero, because the only shot on target was Omar's, which nestled in the back of the net but was called back for offside. So Locomotive yet to register a shot on target in this game, and obviously need to change that post-haste. The Salgado special. Sadly, Darren, that is his shots from distance are often wayward, we'll say. I maintain hope that Omar will eventually just absolutely crush one into the top corner. But today, so far, not that day for him. Few chances that he's had, not able to find the target. And that one from distance, pretty poor overall. Locomotive playing out from the back, trying to give most Locomotive fans some sort of cardiac episode, as Velasquez appealing for a foul there in midfield as he dribbled away from a couple of players. Referee not giving anything, and Orange County now coming back the other way. Amico out on that right-hand side. And again, just patient build-up here from OC. They're in no rush, and they don't have to be. Locomotive trying to get on the ball, not pressuring the ball all that much, though, in this setup, as now they kind of started to push out a little bit there. They tried to trigger the press with Chapa, and it just didn't happen as a whole unit. But again, a giveaway in midfield from Orange County, given straight back by El Paso, and now Yuma whistled for the foul, but Yuma writhing in pain. He's come off worse for wear here. I think he's potentially got a injury to an area that any I can't tell. I think he's just got a knee to the old groin there. Sebastian Velasquez having a chat with the referee. Just about calling things both ways. I'm not sure if there was any card forthcoming against Yuma. I've not seen an indication. I don't believe the referee brandished a card, so I think I don't think a yellow card's been given for that foul against Yuma, as this one knotted down in the box by OC, and it was Seaton again trying a volley about hip high, blocked away. Yeah, that was the old ball bag, as they say, for Yuma, but he looks to be all right. Just needed to breathe in deeply for a couple of minutes. Contour out on the left for OC. Locomotive again, just struggling a little bit to get on the ball. It's been a little bit laborious here at the start of the second half. Now that we're 10 minutes into it, it's felt a little ragged. Definitely not fluid in any sense. OC obviously happy to let the game get a little chippy, get a little less fluid, because it just takes time. It's stuff that takes time. And now OC getting forward. Good tracking back in the end by Chapa to win that ball back. OC looking dangerous on the counter. Yuma, couple of turns, just looking for the outlet. Chapa provides it. Chapa looking for an outlet of his own, and now Rebellon will cut in field. Well done from Rebellon. He switches play out to that left-hand side. Nick Ross out wide for McKinday. McKinday back to Ross. And the flow of that attack just kind of seeping away slowly as OC tracked back, not able to take advantage on the counter quite the way they would have liked, as Seth Velasquez attempts to control the ball in midfield. It's one away from him. It was a little bit of just a hint of high boot there in midfield by Harry Forrester, but again, nothing given. Locomotive just looking a little bit like they need a change. And the tough part is they've already made one, and it doesn't. The Chapa change, I think, is born out of necessity for Richie, just to keep him from getting suspended, which is a difficult situation to be in, because we've made the switch, and Chapa obviously providing something of his own, providing some fresh legs as well in midfield, but the struggle is that we've made a substitution, but we haven't changed the game. So having to make a second substitution just to change things is a difficult situation. Is now OC getting forward, cross chip to the back post. McKinday heads it away. Yuma competing for that header there. Velasquez trying to get away on the counter. That should be brought back in a yellow card given, as he was attempted to be dragged down. He's played a beautiful ball through for Omar if he can get there. Omar still with the chance. He's round the keeper, and he's fluffed his lines. Oh, Omar. The ball from Seb Velasquez was inch perfect. Omar, with a little bit of luck, did everything right. He sticks with the play. He rounds the keeper well. He's got the goal at his mercy, and he drags it wide of the far post with his right foot. Oh, it absolutely should be 1-1. And now a ball over the top and right down the other end, and Orange County get a second from one end to the other. Darwin Jones, and wouldn't you just know it, it's the cruelest possible goal. "59 minutes, and I'm struggling. They've literally gone one end to the other. Appeals for offside there against Darwin Jones. The flag was not raised. It's Darwin Jones' 11th of the season. Wow. It's gone from it definitely should have been 1-1. Omar fluffing his lines, and it proves costly as they go straight down the other end within a matter of seconds. And the ball is in the back of the net at the other end. McKinday now getting forward. Offside flag up against McKinday in the end, and at 2-0, as we've seen, 2-0 has been more famine than feast for El Paso Locomotive. They've only rescued the 1 point just a couple of matches ago against Tulsa. Was the first time they'd rescued a point from a 2-goal deficit. Orange County obviously on a much better run of form than Tulsa, despite the fact that recently, our records are literally 1 win different. That's the crazy nature of this Western Conference. But we've played an hour. Still no change forthcoming from Mark Lowry and Locomotive, as Dew plays this one long into midfield. OC obviously now much more content to try to possess the ball in their own half, and now Locomotive do win it back. Yuma tries to get a little too cute though with a pass back into pressure, and yeah, Darren, it hurts that he missed it. I didn't think it was going to hurt as much as us going and conceding immediately at the other end. That was one of the cruelest things that's happened to us this season. I would say the equalizer against RGV was probably the worst, as now OC hunting for a third. On the edge of the area, it's Van Wolfgang puts the cross in, and Seaton somehow hasn't scored with the goal begging. He's fluffed his lines, and I guess that feels like justice on some level for Omar's miss. I can't believe that one of the top scorers, or one of the best goal scorers in the league, and a man already with a goal in the game, somehow designed to kick a literal tap-in backwards, as now Locomotive trying to get forward again. Seth Velasquez gives the ball away and then tries to win it back. Can't. Orange County getting forward once again. Now Jones has just drifted out to that left side. Switching flanks, it would seem. Thank God Seaton missed that. It should be 3-0 now. It should have been 1-1 about 4 minutes ago. And yet here we are. It's 2-0, and it could have been 3. As now Yuma whistled for that foul. This is a ridiculous bit of acting. Chiro caught under the ball a little bit on Jones' goal as well. Has to be said. I wanted to see a replay of the foul that the referee just gave, because it's actually ridiculous, but the guy spun into Yuma. Yeah, that's my thought, Darren, honestly. Just fresh legs, something. What we're doing just isn't working out. If Omar, tactically speaking, Omar's been in good positions to score about 3 times. So I think the setup, and this is definitely the frustrating part from the coaching perspective, is I think the tactical setup is good. As Kiesewetter looked like he was definitely fouled, referee waves play on. And now Seaton with another chance. He goes from distance. It's well high and wide. Kiesewetter definitely getting roughed up a little bit on this play. Yeah, it's a clear foul. I can't believe the referee hasn't given it. That's yeah, Dan. I mean, I do think he just seems a little. He definitely got caught under the ball on the second goal, which is very unlike him. He's normally the one who's reading those balls in the air and not really getting caught out. But yeah, twice now they've been caught out by set pieces. Is now Locomotive really trying to get things going. Kiesevetter's got it down this right-hand side, puts a cross in. It might fall for Velasquez, and it's been blocked right in front. Have they given a goal kick? They've given the goal kick and plays restarted. I'm not sure how this is a goal kick, unless it came off Omar or Nick Ross. That should have been a corner. Yeah, and now I'm yelling at the ref as predicted. Absolutely, Darren. That, I don't know how he gave that as a goal kick. Anyways, Locomotive back on the ball. Locomotive at least creating things. I mean, that's been, I guess it's contributed to the weird nature of this game, is the fact that Locomotive have created. It's not an RGV where it's like, okay, they could play for 10 hours and not score. This is so different because it's an individual lack of goal scoring rather than a system or a team lack of goal scoring. You can see where the goals should be coming from, as Omar now down the right-hand side. He's gotten past his man. He cuts it back towards the penalty spot, and it's cut out by Orange County. They are doing just enough to defend in those situations, and then they launch it long for Seton, as you'd expect. Chiro sees that one well and is able to cut out the danger. Yuma now trying to get things going the other way. Seb Velasquez, he's been working hard, hasn't gotten the reward yet as he tries a long ball for Jerome Kiesevetter, but too long, and Dew will collect. Eventually picks it up, rolls it into the OC's midfield. Kiesevetter once again just a little starved as they zoom in on him during open play, which I always hate when ESPN Plus productions do that. I don't know why, because it's just not done. I don't think. I believe right now that a double switch appears to be being readied by Locomotive. I think it will be Gomez and Bassetti both coming on. Bassetti obviously making his debut. Gomez, the reigning USL Championship Player of the Week. Darren just bringing the jokes in the chat as per usual. But yeah, the bill has been beautiful tonight. But like my high school girlfriend, no finish. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's been a lot of build-up, and as Rebellon has to play an overhead clearance there. Velasquez trying to win it. I thought he was fouled and then kind of stomped on, but the foul's actually gone against Locomotive. And it will be a double switch. Josue Aron Gomez will be coming on, as will Alexi Bassetti, making his debut for Locomotive. Can Alexi have this impact? It is a very attacking change for Locomotive as well. Nick Ross comes off, Josue Aron Gomez on in his stead, and Omar Salgado comes off for Alexi Bassetti. Basically, there's 3 strikers on the field now. So it is a very different system. Bassetti trying to get into his set-piece routines already here. It is a bit of a strange one. He has obviously only been with the team a little bit. He just cleared, or his visa just cleared as the offside flag up here against OC. His visa had just come back on the day that, last Saturday when we played Vegas, it had literally just arrived. So he wasn't eligible for that match. and hasn't been eligible until this one. So Alexi Bassetti will get just shy of 20 minutes to make an impact in his debut, as will Josue Aron Gomez, the scorer of a late brace against Vegas to give Locomotive more of a scoreline that they deserved, I would say, as long switch of play. The first involvement from Bassetti, plays it out wide for Rebellon. It is very attacking here from Locomotive, as now Rebellon trying to get forward, but his 50-50 challenge leads to the ball all the way back to do in the OC goal. It's always interesting when, as you said, Darren, it's always weird when new attackers come into a lineup, because it can look genius or it can look really sloppy. And the strange thing is that there's really not a whole lot of science behind which one actually shows. You can have the Edson Partida impact where he comes on and scores 2. Or you can have, like most of our attacking changes have worked. Nice little play around the corner. McKinday, nice little build up. McKinday's still in space out in through the center, but the through ball cut out by OC. Locomotive still looking to create here. They have 20 minutes. They've shown that they can score in quick succession. They got 2 in 71 seconds against Tulsa to rescue the draw at home just a couple Wednesdays ago. Can they get something from this match? They desperately need the points. As the cross comes in from the left, it's a poor one, cut out easily by Orange County. Yuma does well to win the ball back. Now Seb Velasquez going the other way. He's looking for space for a shot. He's right on the edge of the area, opts for the ball out wide. Cross will come in towards the far post. It can still be rescued here, and it is by Rebellon out on the right-hand side. Rebellon squaring up his man, puts in a cross with the left foot, just about dealt with by OC once again. And now Chiro and Toko is being wrestled with here, and Michael Seaton has had the free kick go against him. Michael Seaton straight into the referee's face. Little bit of grappling going on between the two of them. Ball played out wide for Rebellon. He'll play an early ball into the center, and that is kind of the game plan here, it seems. Get the ball wide and put those crosses into the box. We've got enough attackers on. It could prove fruitful, but OC have defended them well so far. McKinday does really well to get down that left-hand side. Flick there at the near post doesn't quite come off, as now Chiro and Seaton are competing at the halfway line. Seaton's come away with the ball, and he's getting forward down the left. What's he going to do here? Is he going to try for the shot? I think he will. He's cut inside. He's cut into traffic, and they're going to opt to slow this down a little bit, I think, as now Locomotive trying to get back on defense. OC just now completely slowing the game down. Darwin Jones out on the left. Forrester and him combining. As Josue Aron Gomez, we saw the pressure that he created led to the second goal in Vegas, his first, and you can see the pressure that he brings is going to offer something OC a different problem up there in the front line, because he is quick and he does have tons and tons of energy, and clearly a quality finisher as well. So it's good to see him get some time. Hopefully he can make an impact for us here. Yeah, it is just about, we're entering or crossing the 73-minute mark now into the 74th. It is still 2-0. Orange County leads. El Paso have had they've knocked on the door a couple of times, and Omar Salgado should have equalized. It could have been 1-1. Orange County went straight back the other end and scored to make it 2-0, and that's where we stand right now. Taking his time and then lofting a long ball. Ketterer out to restart this one the other way. Does so quickly. Yuma under a little bit of pressure in midfield, and then he opts to play it back to Chiro. Chiro just looking a little tired back there. I mean, Seaton not the easiest mark, especially for Chiro at his age, as Seb Velasquez more fancy footwork. I mean, this guy on the ball is unbelievable to watch. Good ball through. Josue Aron Gomez may have a chance here, and he just pulled up. As Du came out to collect, he just pulled out of the challenge a little bit. It was a great ball through the center and just a little heavy, and Du came out to collect it. I think just trying to avoid that potential collision with the keeper. And they were just able to escape that one. But Locomotive still able to create things here, and for the most part, a lot of it is going through Seb Velasquez. Let's be totally honest. As now Rebellon done by that challenge a little bit, but Chiro and Toko able to play it off an OC player and out into touch. Now we'll have a couple of changes for OC as well. It'll be Godoy will come on for Harry Forrester, and I'm not sure what the other change is. 19 is Godoy. Oh, and then Chrysostomo will come on for Jerry Van Ewijk, a.k.a. Van Wolfgang. I have no idea why his name is that. I was talking to Christian pregame. I have no idea why, because his Wikipedia says he's formerly known as Jerry Van Ewijk, and now he's known as Jerry Van Wolfgang. So if anyone knows the backstory as to why the Dutchman has changed his name, I am at least intrigued. And yeah, Darren, I think Seb is a little. He likes to have that movement in front of him, and can definitely thrive off of being able to play those passes in behind as Yuma tries to switch the play out wide for Rebellon. OC now defending in kind of a traditional 2 banks of 4, just trying to see this out. 15 minutes left in this one for Locomotive to change the script. It's gone out wide and miscontrolled there. Out on that left-hand side. The long ball for OC, it looked like Locomotive were going to collect it pretty easily, and then they just kind of let the header drop in midfield as it was headed down. And now sliding challenge there out on the right from McKinday leads to an OC corner. They're obviously going to take their time taking this one. Just kind of, again, just a little sloppy. I definitely think that this is going to be weird defending this set piece with the personnel we have on the field. I don't know if they're going to put it into the center. They're not going to take it to the corner yet. There's still 15 minutes left, or about 15 minutes left. So they'll put this one in. It's a little weird to defend the corner with the personnel we have, but luckily it's gone to the near post, but it's been mishit and out behind. It'll be another corner for OC. I think it was Josue Aron Gomez at the near post who just missed his kick, and it went behind for another corner. It was a poor corner, and hopefully he doesn't improve his delivery. He has improved his delivery. Tracked well, though, by Yuma and played off an OC head behind for a goal kick. Well done by Yuma there defending. As I said, just a little strange defending with all those attackers on the field, and little to no height aside from basically Chiro and Foxy out there. So it's a little daunting to defend the set piece from those situations, but Chiro now, long ball, looking to switch play, does so really well. We know Chiro can play a good long pass, and now they're looking to switch things to the other side. Rebellon can't bring that one under control, and it's needlessly given away, really. At this point, we need the ball in the box. We need our attackers on the end of those balls in the box, and that's the only way we're coming away with anything from this, obviously. Hashtag analysis, as that throw is straight to Rebellon. Chapa with a loose touch in midfield, though. Can he win it back? Nope, foul's been given against him. Chapa just a little loose in possession there, giving OC the chance to win back possession, and then he just stuck a foot in. OC winning the foul. Don't know if there was a ton of contact, but is what it is, I guess. Locomotive approaching the last 10 minutes of this one, haven't fashioned a real true chance since Omar missed the open net. Oh, okay. So he changed his name to combine. Oh, okay. So when he got married, he combined with his wife's name. Okay, that's cool. Good for him. That's the story behind Jerry Van Wolfgang / Ewick. Thank you to Darren for the assist on that one. As Rebillon committing the foul there. It's a little too choppy for Locomotive to really get their feet underneath them and try to do something. OC obviously going to continue to take their time with these. Okay, so Van is his, Wolfgang is hers. That's pretty cool. This Van Ewick, yeah, it's half and half. Ball delivered in, headed away. Locomotive hold it in. Can they create something on the counter? Everybody had pretty much stayed back, and it's out for a goal kick now, as that one played off the OC player. Logan restarts play quickly out to Chiro. 10 minutes left to rescue something from this, and I'm hoping they can find something. As Kiesewetter had dropped deep to collect that one, tried to play the ball through. It's kept out by OC. It's the right idea, and now a good challenge in midfield from OC leads to Seaton on the ball. He's got support to his right. Can he find the right pass? No, he cannot. And there's Locomotive players falling down all over the place. I guess the turf at this stadium is just not that good, as Velasquez now gives the ball away, trying to force a pass through to Kiesewetter. And now Yuma committing the foul and No. I think he's going to earn a talking to for that foul in midfield. There was a period of about 4 minutes after the subs where it felt like we were growing into something, and it felt like something was happening, and it just hasn't materialized since then. Just hasn't come together for the guys who came on, and not necessarily through any fault of their own. Just it just hasn't. The pass has been a little too long, or too short, or too right when it should be left. All that sort of stuff. It just hasn't clicked for Locomotive tonight, and OC are trying to capitalize. They're going the other way. They're trying to grab a third here. Ball played through. Ketterer out to try to claim this one, and does at the second attempt. Down at the feet of Darwin Jones, luckily. Ketterer able to come away with that one. Fox plays this one out wide. I believe it's Bassetti who's kind of fallen into that that left wing position. Now Chapa just trying to find his teammates out there as Velasquez on the ball, twisting, turning, trying to find something himself. Fox now out wide for McKinday. Little 1-2 leads to McKinday getting down that left-hand side, but it's going to be a throw for Locomotive after the challenge from OC. 84th minute. Not much time to create the 2 goals that are necessary now, and OC will make another change. It will be Darwin Jones who comes off. Kevin Coleman will come on. Darwin Jones with a goal. Him and Seaton proving the deadly partnership once again. They both scored in their last game. They've both scored in this. And that's the story so far. Basically, two clinical finishers and a lack of clinical finishing for El Paso has more or less sealed the deal here, unless El Paso can find a miracle late in these last 5 minutes. As little grab there from OC, nothing forthcoming from the referee. Thought it looked a little foul, but again, nothing given. Chiro with a nice little drop of the shoulder there to give himself some space, and now Bassetti's out on the ball, out on that left-hand side. Can't find McKinday with the pass through in behind, but won back well in the end by Chapa. Chapa out for Rebellon. Rebellon's gone central, but opts to play it back to Chapa. Kiesewetter, who's dropped out to the right. I think they're playing Gomez through the center, basically. Chapa in some space. He finds Rebellon. They've got Kiesewetter out on the right-hand side, and Kiesewetter taken down in the end. It's got to be a foul, and it is a foul. Contour, who is that out on that left-hand side? Oh, it's the substitute, Coleman. It's a late one from him. Kiesewetter positioned his body in front of it. I'm hoping if they can get a goal now, anything is possible, but they are going to need to get it soon for sure. And it is Bassetti, the new man, over this free kick. Can he find the right ball into the center? Waiting for the referee's signal to deliver this one. The referee just undoing some pushing and shoving in the area. Delaying the game a lot. Bassetti will deliver this one. The ball is good in towards the center. Punched away by Dew. It'll come for Yuma. Yuma tries to bring it down, and eventually it's out behind, and the goal kick is given. The initial ball was really good. And there you see, shots on target. 2 shots on target, 2 goals for Orange County, and 0 shots on target for Locomotive. And we are into the 87th minute. It turns out that it is very difficult to score goals without shots on target. It is possible, though. Own goals do not count as shots on target. Fun fact. So you could technically win a game without recording a shot on target. I don't like relying on that, as Yuma does well to win the ball in midfield. Josue Aron Gomez has a runner in front of him, brought down in midfield. I think it should be a card. It's a professional foul. He knows exactly what he's doing. The referee has not booked an OC player yet, so not holding my breath. But he also hasn't booked Yuma, so, and he easily could have. So that should have been a card for sure. But given the fact that Yuma hasn't been booked yet, it is tough to justify a yellow card for just about anyone. Yuma's committed quite a few fouls. It's this good cross in towards McKinday. Might just come for Yuma. Might come for Yuma a second time. Off the crossbar. Oh my God, is there a lid on the goal, ladies and gentlemen? Yuma nearly with a cracker there to just give Locomotive some hope, and it hit the underside of the crossbar and stayed out somehow. Good strike in the end, but just needed a little bit of luck or a little thinner coat of paint on that crossbar. That's going in. Just the spin on the ball carried it back out, as now a cross will come in again from Locomotive, headed away at the edge of the area. OC trying to get things down. Seaton is chasing ghosts out here because he's just absolutely gassed. But yeah, Darren, that kind of night, it is. You see him hit the crossbar and go in, and when things are going your way, that's how it goes. And when they're not, they hit the crossbar and go out. And yeah, tough night so far in Irvine, and it's not looking like it's getting any better for Locomotive after that shot. Look to maybe give them just a sliver of hope here towards the end of the game. I mean, they've shown they just need 71 seconds, but the way things have gone so far, it's just not looking good. Yuma did really well to bring that down, and gosh, he's so unlucky not to score. It is a defensive midfielder's technique. I'll say that much. It is not it is not the sweetest strike of a ball that you will see, but it was nearly a very good goal. Yeah, we are into the 90th minute now. 89 have elapsed, and Locomotive have basically tried everything at this point and could not get the goal to fall. Chiro having to kind of commit a foul there. He's going to be booked for the professional foul. Now, I don't see how Orange County have not been given a yellow card on the last one. I believe Chiro did deserve that yellow card, but I'm not sure how Orange County avoided it on the last play, but confirmation that Chiro has been shown a yellow. And the board goes up. Only 3 added minutes. Unbelievable. Like, genuinely crazy. 3 added minutes. Oh, and as a cross goes into the box, they cut to the frickin' fourth official's board. Unbelievable. Shot comes in from OC, from the edge of the area, luckily, into the arms of Ketterer. But 3 minutes. He added no time on in the first half. He's only added 3 minutes on in the second half. Like, where has all the time gone? There's no way in hell that there have only been 3 minutes of stoppages. Like, I know referees never add on the right amount of time, right? Like, most games they should add about 15 minutes or something like that. I know on average it's like the ball only spends about 68 minutes in play or something like that out of 90. So it really they should be adding on like upwards of 20 minutes. In this case, though, you telling me 3 minutes that the ball's been out of play as Rebellon tries to put in a left-footed cross, takes a deflection, and it kind of loses all its danger as Fox storming into midfield. Velasquez still trying to make something happen here. Drops it out wide. Kiesewetter flicked on. Velasquez nearly passed his man, but in the end just about did enough. It did OC to keep that from being a clear opportunity for Seb Velasquez. And it's been a bunch of almosts and nearlies and maybes and what could have beens. And now that's been called out for a throw. Jerome Kiesewetter, pretty sure he held it in. But again, that type of night out in Irvine for El Paso Locomotive, it's been a disappointing one. It is wild because I don't know that I've seen Locomotive miss as many chances as they have, as Seaton and Rebellon getting into some afters, but OC's somehow come away with the ball here. Ketterer makes a decent save to keep it from getting worse. Now the foul has gone Locomotive's way. We're just about to hit the 93 minutes played mark, and seeing as how the referee isn't really a fan of adding time on because he's got somewhere to be, I guess. He is definitely going to blow the whistle the second it hits 93. He is letting him play on a little bit, but that clearance comes in, and that'll do it. Full time. Orange County come away with a 2-0 win. That is a gut punch for Locomotive in more ways than one. They fail to record a shot on target. It is also extremely disappointing because the Locomotive had the ball in the back of the net first. It was not given. Offside flag was up against that. Orange County opened the scoring off a set piece. Michael Seaton opening the scoring there, and then in the second half, Omar Salgado was through on goal and actually around the keeper with a chance to equalize and fluffed his lines when it would have been easier to score. misses the target, and about 12 seconds, I don't have the official time, but about 12 seconds after that miss, Orange County went down the other end and scored the second, which ultimately proved unnecessary due to the fact that Locomotive did not register a shot on target, although they had plenty of opportunities to. Yeah, this is a very strange performance from the boys. Definitely hurts a lot. It's going to take some time to break that one down, think about it, and just see where it all went wrong, because I've seen games where Locomotive have looked disjointed in attack. I've seen games where they've looked pretty poor in attack. I've never seen them look good in attack and also not register a shot on target. It's actually kind of crazy. Yeah, that one's going to take some time to get over. Darren, as he said, that hurts. That is a brutal result for Locomotive. It is also a brutal result in terms of the table. It takes Orange County up to 4th, at least for the time being, and El Paso Locomotive still in 12th, sitting outside of those playoff places, just 1 point behind San Antonio in 10th in that last playoff spot. We're on 36, they're on 37. LA Galaxy up on 39 as it stands, but as they're currently losing to Phoenix Rising, who look to win their 20th in a row. Must be nice. There we see the miss from Omar and the subsequent goal from Darwin Jones. I mean, it's a ridiculous take and finish. It's so well done. Chiro gets caught out a little bit on that. It's such a good finish, though, but it highlights exactly the issue, as Velasquez then, that should have been a corner as well, but all kind of moot. It also strikes the hand, but and then Yuma hit the bar. Somehow that stayed out as well. Despite the loss, I hope you guys have enjoyed the commentary. I know I was flying solo for the second half. Yeah, when you equal the opposition's shots 9 to 9, but get none on target, that's tough to take. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, despite the result. As I said, you guys can find us anywhere on social media: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Hit us with your takes. Hit us with your thoughts, your comments. We record pretty much every Tuesday, so you guys can always send in your questions, and we'll talk about them on air. And be on the lookout for those new episodes dropping Wednesday mornings. Well, they technically drop Tuesday nights, I guess, but they're ready for your Wednesday morning commute. And yeah, you can check it out on iTunes, Spotify, or Google Play. And we will be back for that episode on Tuesday. So hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Hope you can shake off the loss quickly. And Locomotive are back at it next Saturday against Colorado Springs. Hopefully bouncing back with a win, because those points are getting more and more vital as we tick down towards the end of the season. Until next time, guys, I'm watching these highlights and it just hurts more and more. Anyways, yep, you guys are very welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys, as always, for being involved in the chat. And until next time, guys, stay loco.